Hello, this is Deanne Olo, and continuing with the series of me reacting to videos in my Watch Later playlist. Man, there's a lot of them. We're going to be watching Loki and his funniest myths, Norse mythology series. Mm. Uh, I see they got the MCU version of Loki in the thumbnail there. Obviously, for clickbait. Hmm. So yeah, let's check it out. And remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, and maybe this YouTube channel as well. I don't know.
The kingdom of Asgard had many enemies, but these dreaded the power of the mighty Thor, the champion of the gods. However, during Thor's absence, Asgard became vulnerable, and therefore the gods decided that a fortification would be necessary. Its edification would eventually take several years, but a strong traveler appeared, someone who claimed to be a great builder, willing to build the wall in record time. But, as a reward, he wanted the beautiful goddess Freya as his wife.
Oh, I think I've heard of this myth before. Hmm.
Obviously, the gods refused such outrageous proposal, but the cunning Loki noticed that the builder's suggestion was not that bad. Think with me, my
So are they just gonna use the Marvel version of Loki and not, I don't know, any other image? Like, they do realize that Marvel Comics isn't the most accurate depiction of Norse mythology, right?
friends. He claims to be able to build this immense wall in just 1 year, and that is impossible. Let's suggest the following term. If he does not complete the wall within that time frame, he will not get anything. And, since the task is impossible, when the time is up, he will have to build a great part of the wall, and then we will just have to finish the rest, sparing great efforts. Convinced, the gods presented the proposal to the constructor, who promptly accepted the terms and started the construction. He was very strong and piled the stones up with ease and relied on the help of a powerful horse that brought him stones taken from distant quarries.
And then Loki turns into a female horse and distracts that horse. So, and then he ends up getting pregnant and all that. Unless I'm confusing it with a different myth.
Time was ticking, and the wall was being built quickly. The deadline was about to end, but the gods noticed that the builder was almost finishing his task. Odin was furious with Loki. Look at what you have done. The wall is almost ready. We will almost certainly lose our beloved Freya to this man, and this is all your fault. I said that this man could not be able to build this wall, and I will make sure he does not.
Okay, I get that Tom Hiddleston looks very handsome and all that, but like, he's not the only version of Loki out there. Use a different version. The other version, I mean, okay, I think I'm gonna just type in Loki and here and yeah. Okay, let's see images. Okay, so alright, so I guess if you just type in Loki, it just shows you Loki, but okay, not Loki. Mythology. Yeah, like yeah, too. Yeah, you know, you could use this. could use, you know, this very old picture here. Like, this one looks good. Look at red with red hair, huh? How about that? Sissy. There's many other versions. Okay, you know, it's just, it's not. Come on, I mean, you know, put in some variety here, okay? I mean, come on. We're talking about Norse mythology, not, you know, Marvel Comics. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really impressed with this video so far.
That, without the help of his powerful stallion, the manufacturer would not have the stones needed to complete the task, and ready to plan to push the great horse out of the working scene. And, using his powers of metamorphosis, Loki turned himself into a beautiful mare with the intent to seduce the great horse. The powerful
Ah, so it is the myth I thought it was. Okay.
horse was fascinated by the god in disguise and went after the mare, thirsty with desire. Loki desperately ran as fast as he could and disappeared over the horizon with the stallion at his heels. The manufacturer, without the help of his horse, could not finish his work within the deadline and rebelled against the gods. He tore his robe, which revealed that the builder was actually a giant. Furiously, he yelled,
Damn gods of Asgard, you are simply cheaters, and therefore you meet your end.
The mad giant launched an attack. Thor, also known as the Destroyer of Giants, fought against him and crushed his head with his hammer. The gods completed the rest of the wall, and Asgard was safe.
Oh, didn't hear that part. And oh my god. Okay, did they just type in Loki fan art? Seriously! Stop using the same. I mean, they didn't even use the same image. I mean, look. See this? This size giant is different from this one, and this one is different from this one. You have variety of you have variety of depictions and the same character. So why aren't you doing that for Loki? It makes no sense.
Much time passed until Loki's resurgence, who had disappeared after trying to flee from the powerful Sibyllari horse. And in his return, he brought with him an exotic eight-legged colt. This followed Loki wherever he was. The small colt grew and became the most powerful and fastest horse of all. Loki gifted him to Odin with the following condition. Nobody could ever ask him the origin of the majestic horse that would be known as Sleipnir.
Okay, yeah. You know, I'll excuse this image right here because it's hilarious. Yeah. This picture right here is pretty funny. So you know, I'll excuse the fact that they are using the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Loki here. Okay, this just because this image is very funny.
Sif, the goddess and wife of the mighty Thor, had beautiful and long golden hair. And from
Wait, hold on. Is the narrator different?
With the following condition, known
long golden hair, and from all the goddesses.
Huh. They changed narrators. Huh. I hope they change the editors too, so we don't, you know, keep on saying the same version of Loki. I mean, heck, they're not even using the same version of Thor. Yeah, I mean, seriously, look, his Thor is not, doesn't look anything like Chris Hemsworth. So, yeah.
Mighty Thor had beautiful and long golden hair, and from all the goddess's traits, her hair was the one that attracted the thunder god the most. But one day, Thor woke up and was faced with a bald woman in his bed and yelled, "Who are you, witch? And what have you done with my beloved Sif?" The god, stunned, recognized his wife and shouted, "Loki!"
Okay, I like how he instantly knows who's at fault here. No, that right there is hilarious.
The scream was heard throughout the whole kingdom of Asgard. During the night, Loki, the god of mischief, concocted yet another of his. During
Oh well, yeah, they're not using the MCU version, but they're clearly still using the Marvel version. I can tell that this right here, this definitely came straight out of a comic book right here. This, I can just tell that this is, from one of Marvel's comic books. I mean, see, just look at this image and tell me that it's not from one of the Thor comics.
the night, Loki, the god of mischief, concocted yet another of his pranks. While the goddess was sleeping, he cut her beautiful hair.
Oh my god! Oh, look at that! Finally! They used it for some Loki, and that isn't from Marvel! Wow! Oh, wow, well done! It took you long enough. Took you... But you finally did it! You finally did it!
The thunder god dragged Loki up to his room, where Sif cried copiously. "Look at what you have done! How did you dare to cut my wife's hair? What now? Do I have to parade with a bald wife right by my side? Have you ever thought about the possibility of making her wear a hat?" Thor lifted Loki from the floor and said, "If you do not find a way to make my Sif regain her splendor, I will break every single one of your bones." Considering that threat, the god of mischief started to think of a way to solve that situation, until he had an idea. So he departed towards Svartalheim, the dwarf land. He was aware that the skillful dwarves were able to do anything, but before that, he would have to convince them. Then he looked for the brothers, sons of Ivaldi, who were skillful craftsmen, and said, "You don't know the latest news. The gods will conduct a trial to establish who the best craftsmen are. And the brothers Brock and Eitri said that you, sons of Ivaldi, do not have the slightest chance." "That's an outrage. Those pierced, clumsy hands will not have the slightest chance against us." "Very well. But there is one condition. You have to do 3 gifts for the gods, and one of them has to be a long golden hair that never stops growing." Loki departed to incite the brothers Brock and Eitri to establish a competition. You will not believe this. The sons of Ivaldi will participate in a contest promoted by the gods to decide who the best craftsmen are, and they said you don't have any chance, given that you are nothing but a bunch of clumsy guys. "Clumsy guys? That's quite..."
Okay, these doors are definitely, the 2 doors from the Peter Jackson, The Hobbit trilogy. Right here. I'm gonna let it slide here. Yeah.
Typical of the sons of Ivaldi, but we will not compete. Everybody already knows that we are much better, so we have nothing to gain. I bet that you are not better than the legendary brothers Ivaldison. I would bet my own head on it. Not ours, that we are a bunch of clumsy guys.
Huh. So appears that one image of a blonde Loki cutting off Sif's hair was a one-off. Because after that, they have shown nothing but Marvel. Nothing but Marvel comics.
I would bet my own head on it. The head of the most elusive of gods seems a nice prize to me. I accept the bet. Loki trembled.
You do as that when the most elusive of gods offers you his head, he's going to find a way to get out of it, right? I don't think that's a very smart bet.
But did not step back and accepted the bet. He also knew that Brock and Eitri were better than the sons of Ivaldi. But now he would have to use all of his cunning talents to untangle himself from that mess. Loki was in a stalemate to retrieve the hair of the goddess Sif.
Alright. Wow, they're using for some Loki that's not from Marvel. Why did they split into two parts? I wonder. Heck, I don't think they even changed narrators.
God of mischief instigated a clash. Now he would have to use all of his.
Yeah, same narrator. Why split into two parts here?
The god of mischief instigated a clash between two families of dwarves, and these would compete to see who the best craftsman was, and the gods of Asgard, Odin, Thor, Frey, would be the judges. To enable the clash, Loki's head was literally at stake, due to a bet made with Brock and Eitri. The dwarves, sons of Ivaldi, started to make their gifts for the gods, and Loki noticed that everything seemed to went well. But the god reaps for the gods.
Oh, look at that. Another version of Loki that's not from Marvel Comics. Huh. That's 3 so far.
And Loki noticed that everything seemed to went well. But the god realized that the other pair was doing something outstanding. Loki then understood he had to intervene. Brock and Eitri had already built 2 beautiful gifts, but they were certainly crafting the greatest of all works. It was a powerful hammer. To achieve perfection, the dwarves had to keep the forge at an ideal temperature, not a degree more or less. And Brock did his work by pumping the bellows with great precision. Loki noticed he had to act quickly and turned himself into a large hematophagous mosquito. He flew to Brock and painfully stung his hand. The dwarf withstood the pain and continued his work. Then Loki attacked with an even stronger sting in his neck. The dwarf unleashed painful cries but resisted. The god then decided to attack the dwarf's eyes. He closed his eyes, and the eyelids were attacked. The agony was unbearable, and the dwarf stopped pumping the bellows. Due to the temperature change, the hammer's handle broke. Loki considered his mission accomplished and went away. The time for the great clash had arrived, and the dwarves, sons of Ivaldi, presented their gifts to the gods. The goddess Sif, wife of Thor, was gifted with new hair made of gold. Seeing the goddess with her splendor back, Loki felt some relief. Odin was gifted a beautiful and powerful spear, capable of piercing anything, and every oath made under that spear would be unbreakable. Frey was given a huge boat, which could be folded so many times to the point where it could fit into a pocket. Those were 3 impressive gifts, much to Loki's relief. The turn of Brock and Eitri had come. The latter still had puffy eyes because of the sting. He gave bracelets made of Draupnir gold to Odin, a material from which, every 8 nights, new bracelets would fall from it like drops. These could serve as honorary ornaments, or a way to increase wealth. Frey was given a huge boar with golden fur, which could be mounted. The creature could fly and never be tired, and his shine drove the darkness away. And Thor's time finally arrived, and he was given a hammer. This is a beautiful hammer, but its handle is too short. I understand your disappointment, but don't judge this hammer by its handle. Its name is Mjolnir. It is indestructible, and its power is almost indescribable. When
Huh. So it is all about was getting his hammer, huh? Don't know that.
Thrown, it never misses its target and always comes back to its owner. Such a marvelous piece. With this powerful hammer, no giant will be a match for me. Odin, Thor, and Frey agreed that, from all those gifts, the Mjolnir hammer was certainly the best. Despite all the tricks, Loki's plan collapsed, and now his head was demanded as a prize. Ha 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 ha! Now I want your head, Brokey said, already sharpening his axe. But Loki had one last play. You can sever my head, as long as you do not damage a single piece of my neck. The agreement says that you can only have my head. You cheater! How will I get your head without damaging the neck? Then Odin intervened. If people paid more attention to the words used, they would never negotiate with the cunning Loki, the trickster god. Brokey, to punish Loki, sewed his mouth so that he would never deceive anyone again for a long time. But at least the cheater kept his head on his neck, and the gods of Asgard received magnificent artifacts.
Oh, yeah.
Thor, the god of thunder.
Yeah. This is the one where Thor has to cross-dress in order to get his hammer back from people who stole it.
Had won the mighty hammer Mjolnir as a gift, thanks to Loki's prank. With this hammer, Thor defended the kingdom of Asgard, tackling any sort of threat. But one day after waking up, Thor sensed that his hammer was missing. The god looked for Mjolnir in his room and only found a message which said, "If you want to recover your beloved hammer, visit me in my domains so that we can negotiate. You will get it back in exchange for an appropriate ransom." Signed, Thrym. Thor knew that nobody was a better negotiator than Loki.
I would know they're using not only are they using a version of Loki that is not from Marvel Comics, but they're using one that I know noticed while looking up pictures of Loki. What do you know? So that's 4 so far. 4. I'm not even gonna bother counting the amount of times they have showed the MCU version, or the Marvel version to be more precise, of Loki.
The god of mischief, and therefore he asked him to go to Thrym's meeting in the land of giants. Loki arrived at Thrym's palace in Jotunheimer, and facing the giant, Loki began the negotiations.
Dear Thor, come closer, because my sight is not as good as in the past. You're now slimmer than the last time we met.
Loki noticed that the giant's sight was indeed impaired, because the differences between him and the god of thunder were enormous. After negotiating, the god returned to Asgard with Thrym's proposal and presented to the Aesir gods. The giant was willing to give back the hammer if Freya, the most beautiful of goddesses, was delivered to him as a wife. The gods considered the proposal outrageous, but without the hammer Mjolnir, Thor could not defend Asgard. That was when Loki had an unusual idea, to say the least. "Thor, I need you to wear this." It was a wedding dress.
How dare you insult me this way?
Calm down, calm down. I will explain my plan later. Loki knew that the giant's sight was as good as a mole's, and so he wanted to take Thor to Thrym's palace disguised as the goddess Freya. Thor, without another alternative, dressed as a bride and went with Loki, also disguised as a servant of goddess Freya. When they arrived in Jotunheim, the ladies were very well received.
Welcome to my palace. I prepared a banquet in honor of the beautiful goddess.
The giant would have to be deeply excited, to the point of confusing the bulky god, dressed as a bride, with a beautiful maiden. Soon after taking his seat at the banquet table, Thor began to voraciously devour everything in front of him.
Wow, such a voracious appetite you have, my new wife. I have never seen a goddess as gluttonous as you are.
Then Loki said,
I think she wants to finish the banquet as soon as possible, so that you can consummate your union.
Thor furiously looked at Loki, who appeared to find the situation quite whimsical.
Let's do it then. Bring the hammer, and we will seal this agreement and get things settled.
One of the giant's lackeys brought the hammer and placed it in front of the bride. Thor grabbed the hammer, and so he could finally unleash all of his rage. The god of thunder smashed all the giant's lackeys with his hammer, and Thrym had his head open like a melon.
Let's go home, Loki. I can't wait to get this damn dress off of me.
Don't you know that a good widow must wear black?
With the return of Thor and his hammer Mjolnir, the kingdom of Asgard was safe again, and the gods never stopped to have fun at the Valhalla banquets, telling the story of when Thor dressed like a bride.
Well, I gotta say, no, this video wasn't that good. And perhaps I'll just dislike it so that way, I won't have to see any more terrible videos from this YouTube channel. I guess it's kind of rich coming from me, since my videos aren't exactly the best, but yeah. Hmm. Yeah, if you want to look at some like it's check out any of the videos. Check out this one. Oh, maybe even this one. Oh, I don't know. This one might be good. Yeah. And this one is very good. Much better than this trash. Mm. In fact, I think I might watch this one again. It's a very good video.
Spiraling over YouTube banning ad blockers?
Yeah. So, yeah. I guess that'll be the end of the video now. Bye.